600 million people are traveling in China this week, but we didn't know that when we booked our tickets. We're Kyle and Carrie Ann. And this is day 4 of our year-long trip through Asia.
I'm sweating.
We'll be taking the high-speed train from Shanghai to Beijing during China's second busiest holiday of the year, Golden Week.
That was kind of hectic. So
It's busy out here.
Stick around to see if we make it.
wait, I got scared. You have your key card, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god. That was the first time we used that.
Yeah, we're crazy. Oh, this is easy. This is for everyone who's ever doubted me with this suitcase.
Oh no.
Do I look strong?
It's about 55 pounds she's got there.
Okay.
Nice. How was it?
That was easy. So we're going to the train station right now because we're about to leave Shanghai to go to Beijing. What's extra exciting about this time of year is we're currently traveling during Golden Week. And it's supposed to be the second busiest travel time here in China.
Hi, it's editing me from the future. I seriously undersold what a big deal Golden Week is, so let's fix that. And quick disclaimer, I did my best here on the research, but if I mess anything up, please feel free to drop it in the comments. And while you're there, maybe like and subscribe. That would be so nice. So before heading to China, we knew about Golden Week, but did we take the time to Google when it actually was? Absolutely not. So we basically booked our entire trip and then looked at a calendar and realized that it was actually one of the worst times to travel to China as a tourist. For some context, Golden Week is a 7 to 8 day national holiday where basically the entire country decides to go on vacation at the exact same time. It was introduced in 1999 as a way to boost domestic tourism and give folks a break from work. And now there are 2 main Golden Weeks. So the first one is the Spring Festival Golden Week, which is around Chinese New Year, so late January, early Feb. And the second is National Day Golden Week, which celebrates the founding of the People's Republic of China and is typically around October 1st to the 7th. During this time, workers typically get 3 days of paid holidays, and then the government does a little bit of calendar Tetris to make sure that they get an entire full week off, which sounds lovely, but apparently a lot of people end up working extra days to make up for the time off, especially since Golden Week is kind of like China's Black Friday, but on steroids. So in 2024, domestic tourists spent
$99.32 billion
during Golden Week. Stores also offer discounts during this time, so like it's a big shopping time, which is amazing if you can physically get inside of one. And because everyone is off of work, travel is chaos. It's popular for folks to go to visit big cities and touristy spots like Shanghai, Beijing, Xi'an. Guess where we went during Golden Week? Yep, all of them. I couldn't find the exact travel numbers for 2024, but in 2020, over 637 million people traveled within China during Golden Week. And for a little bit of context, that's almost twice the US population deciding to take a trip at the exact same time. And if that sounds insane, the silver lining here is that we weren't traveling during Spring Festival Golden Week because that is the largest annual human migration on Earth. There's a 40-day travel period around Chinese New Year known as Chunyun, during which an estimated 8.4 billion trips were made in 2024. That's more than the entire population of the world. And people aren't just like vacationing. Oftentimes they're going home, they're traveling overseas, and they're taking just like every form of transportation you could think of. But Golden Week isn't just about chaos, it's also a huge patriotic event with lots of cultural events and parades, concerts, fireworks, all that good stuff. Government offices shut down during this time, a lot of businesses close, and some restaurants close for a couple days as well. So Yeah, that's what we were walking into. All right, well, talk to you later.
Okay, that was especially exciting because every single metro station here has a security checkpoint, and they have x-ray machines that are kind of tiny, and we didn't think our bags were going to fit through, so we didn't know how we were going to navigate that with the language barrier. But the guy just told us to shove them in and they barely fit. Okay, made it through the metro station, and when we first got on, we were like, hey, this is not that bad. As soon as we got off, it was a mad influx of people, and thank God there are escalators, because it's busy out here. I am slightly concerned. I've heard rumors that they're a little strict on security with toiletries. And we tried to find information online as much as possible in terms of like what was allowed and what wasn't, but it's kind of hard. So we're gonna see how this goes and hope nothing gets confiscated.
Now, we gotta figure out how to get our tickets. I don't know if you just use your passport or if you actually get tickets first. So I bought our tickets using trip.com. Trip.com is a Chinese brand. So they have really good options for Chinese hotels and trains and stuff like that. And they have an app. It's actually really good. It's really intuitive to use. So if you're coming to China, I definitely recommend it. But yeah, it's not like, you know how when you fly through the airport, you get a bunch of information on like what to do and where to go and kind of how to operate? You don't really get that much information. So we're mostly just relying on signs. And here's the ID check. So I think this is for mainlander Chinese ID checks. So we gotta figure out how to use our passports to get through.
Okay, we made it through security. Nothing was taken, and to be honest, I think it being so crowded kind of worked in our favor. We just kind of stuffed our bags in the x-ray machine. They did a little wand scanner thing on us.
Yeah.
And we were on our merry way. I think we need to go check in, right?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So far, the process has been very intuitive up until here because there's a flow of people, but now that we're in the main terminal area, there's just massive lines of people, like just huge crowds kind of standing in certain areas, and it's not clear to which area where we need to stand. I think we have to check in for the train, I guess, because we've only done security.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It says ticket checking 15 minutes before departure. So I'm assuming it's like don't even check your ticket. I think maybe during security they made sure that we had a ticket before we could come in. But I think we should come back here 15 minutes before, like 20 minutes before.
Okay. Let's get a snack.
Snack time. I smelled something good over here, so we're going back this way. So from my understanding, during this time off, this festival, it's like traditional to get mooncakes. Someone please fact check that. I don't know if it's real.
Hi. Okay, quick fact check here. Apparently it's really popular to eat mooncakes during the Mid-Autumn Festival, which coincides sometimes with National Golden Week. So if those two things overlap, then he's kind of right. And quick disclaimer, these are savory mooncakes. I believe they're suzhou style, but oftentimes you'll see sweet mooncakes as well. Okay, bye.
We've been trying to get them in Shanghai, but we weren't really able to buy them. But they're at the train station, so this might be our chance. I'm sweating.
Me too.
I got this. I have no idea what it is, but this looks like you and that looks like me.
Cute. Thank you. Do you know what kind of mooncake
They're
it is?
pork.
Delish.
Juro. Something like that. And I said two. I said erga. And she was like, Yanga. And I was like, okay. So I don't know. Okay, we're back.
Okay, we're back. Thank you.
So yeah, so this was like they're $2 each approximately. It's pretty expensive in terms of like snack type foods that we've had so far. But it's got a little stamp on it. I believe that says pork.
All right. Cheers.
Congrats on making it to our gate.
I know. It's like a croissant pastry, like a Pillsbury pie crust with like a savory pork inside. It's so good.
It's like honestly like chicken pot pie meets like Chinese pork.
Yeah. Wow. It's delicious.
Yeah, everyone's like lining up, but we still have 40 minutes until the train boards. So I don't I don't know why everyone's lining up, and it's kind of making me nervous.
But they should all have ticketed seats, so I don't know the urgency in lining up.
I wonder if it's like a baggage thing.
Oh.
Which is concerning because our train is 4.5 hours.
And our bags are gigantic.
Yeah. Okay, we made it onto the train. That was kind of hectic. So basically what you have to do is, for international passengers, you have to line up in a manual check line, which was on the far left for us. And then after that, you basically get onto an elevator that goes down to the platform. And everyone kind of like spreads out from the center and goes towards the your assigned car. And then we put our bags in the train. There's like only like 3 spots for like large bags, and we were lucky enough to get 2 of them. I don't know how that happened. Because they would not fit overhead, which is where everyone else is putting their bags. But yeah, we made it to our seats, and hopefully we don't have someone next to us, but we'll find out shortly.
It's me. Just kidding. We did end up having a real seat partner, but while I'm here, let's talk a little bit about China's stunning high-speed train system. China's high-speed rail is the largest in the world, with over 40,000 kilometers of track connecting almost every major city. For a little bit of context, the US is about 2,800 miles from coast to coast, so imagine crossing that 9 times. And that's the length of China's high-speed rail. That's why a lot of people opt to take the train instead of flying. It's just way faster, way easier, and honestly, it's very comfortable. Our trip from Beijing to Shanghai was about 1,300 kilometers, and we made it in just 4.5 hours. So way easier than airport security. And these things zoom. The fastest trains hit 350 kilometers per hour, and China's currently testing the maglev trains that could reach up to 600 kilometers per hour. The design is also hyper streamlined, and some are even shaped like bird beaks to reduce the pressure buildup inside of tunnels. But the real showstopper for us was the experience inside of the train. I don't know if any of you have been on an Amtrak train recently, but this is not that. The whole train felt super modern, super clean. Even the bathrooms, which by the way had both Western and squatting toilets, which important things to know when you travel. Similar to flying, there are also different class tickets. We tried to book first class a couple of times, but we ended up getting second class because of the holiday and everything being so booked up. There was like a few times we did get first class, and to be honest, it was just us and a bunch of other foreigners sitting in slightly larger seats. So it seems like the locals know that the upgrade really isn't worth it. The food ordering system on board though is so cool. So they've got attendants going around pushing carts, and you can buy like little snacks and whatnot from them. We ended up getting an overpriced Starbucks and bento box, both of which honestly pretty good. But if you're a seasoned professional, you can scan a QR code at your seat, order from a local restaurant, and then have it delivered to the train at the next stop. So people around us were getting like KFC and Subway delivered. We didn't know you could do that. And here's the wildest part is that the high-speed rail is still expanding. So by 2035, every city over 200,000 people is supposed to have high-speed rail access. And they're also working on international connections. They already have one set up now between Laos and China, and they're currently working on expanding to Thailand and even Europe. So yeah, China's high-speed rail, next level. It was super fast, it was efficient, and so nice for the cost. I just realized he left his toilet seat up. And he just... much better. All right, let's get to Beijing.
Encouraged to either get this set or this set, I think.
Okay.
And also she ripped off one of the pages, so I guess we can't eat whatever's on that page. Oops. Alipay? Yeah. 谢谢. And I selected vegetables with beef heart. So hopefully that's good.
Amazing.
Yeah. Maybe it's fried beef with heart cabbage, because it says fried beef heart cabbage, but what does that even mean? Whatever it is, I'm ready to eat it, but I don't know what it's going to be.
So wait, can you tell us what we're about to eat?
We're gonna have braised beef, carrots, and potatoes. And that like sort of stewed meat thing is very of the style of northern China. It comes with 2 bowls of rice, and then we have these like salt and pepper beef skewers, and then we have a dessert of yogurt with osmanthus syrup.
And the beef part, is it in the stew?
No, I think it's with the vegetables. I don't really know. Oh, sick. They just brought a pressure cooker to the table and dropped it into this little contraption here. Looks like the primary dish here is carrot, potato, and beef. And now this is a thing that is popular, I think, in China, but also Korea, where they bring something hot to your table and then they like put the fire on it to like keep it hot. It's like you never get to eat it. It's so hot. But whatever. Looks good.
It's good. Very tender. Kind of a light corned beef flavor. Similar to like corned beef and cabbage, but like turned down like 10 notches. Not super corn flavors.
Incredible.
Overall, it's a meat and potatoes meal. What can you not like? Now trying our cabbage, which very disappointingly doesn't seem to have any heart in it, but it is cooked, it's warm. Crunchy and delicious. But it's good. It's like pretty light and fresh. So first night in Beijing, we walked right outside of our place and found this park called Temple of the Sun. And there happened to be a festival going on for Golden Week. So we're kind of walking around, checking it all out. There's a lot of like small vendors, these beautiful like light up area that's kind of stunning, and a lot of folks. But it seems like there's lots of families outside. It's really, really cute.
Okay, so we made it to Beijing during Golden Week travel. Pretty crazy and kind of stressful, but we made it through, and it was actually like, it was surprising how efficient the system was given the volume of people that were traveling through it.
That's what I was gonna say, was I feel like, yes, it was a lot of people, but it could have been so much more chaotic than it was.
Yeah.
And like, it didn't feel insane the entire time. It was just, there was just a lot of people around you, but like we got through lines quickly. Everyone kind of like moved forward. Like we weren't waiting around at any point. So it was not bad.
Yeah. Surprising how well it went.
Yeah. We say that now.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.